Okay, so today, just briefly, we're going to continue our series here on forgiveness. Now, the first week we looked at the Lord's Prayer and how we quite often, well, when we pray it, we ask God to forgive us the way we forgive others. And as I have considered that idea over the last year or so, I realized I don't want God to forgive me the way I forgive others. I want God to teach me how to forgive others the way that He does. And so that kind of led me to do this Bible study. So step one, we looked at uh, not focusing on the few things that we know that other people do wrong. You might have ideas about 20 different people at once, and you know one or two things about each one of them, and you're like, well, I just don't like that about this person, I don't like that about this person. And I mean, I do it. I mean, so I'm assuming that everybody does. I don't know, maybe I'm an oddball there, but I uh I realized that if we focus on the things that we're doing wrong, and so step two, we did that. We looked at the fruits of the spirit, the spirit that God puts inside us when we are saved. We should be seeking to live like that and not by the living by the flesh, walking in the flesh. We should walk in the spirit. And so all the things that we talked about walking in the flesh are things that if we do them, we need to work on them and stop doing them so that we can walk in the spirit. And so I really think if you do those two different things, if you can put away your ideas, the one or two, three things about somebody else that you don't like, and really start focusing on your own life and the things in your own life that you can change and have control over, I think that helps us to begin to forgive properly. I mean, for one, we see all the things that we're doing wrong. It's like that verse we looked at, the splinter in my brother's eye when I have a log in my own eye, and we start realizing I have so much in my life that I need to fix that I don't have time to worry about these little things. And so today I want to look at another, passage here. We're going to look at step three. And step three, I'm going to call it commit to forgiving. Um, and I'm going to read this passage in Matthew chapter 18, verse 21, 22 says, Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? And Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times seven. Now, obviously, you can count that, you can multiply 70 times seven, and you get a real number, 490. And so is the Lord saying here that if you forgive somebody 490 times, you're free and clear to stop forgiving him? Well, I would submit to you the fact that you keep track, if you started keeping track, the fact that you keep track of how many times you've forgiven him means you probably did not forgive him even the first time. I mean, it's like saying, I'm going to say the words I forgive you 490 times, knowing that that reward for me on the end of that is to, uh, you know, come forth with all of the vengeance that I want to, because God said I've done this 490 times, I'm good to go. I mean, I just think the point here is if we commit to forgiving, we just commit to forgiving. If somebody offends you, forgive them, move on, work on your own life. Uh, Obviously, keeping track of something 7 times isn't hard to do, but you know, I know a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people, and I mean, pretty much everybody's going to offend you in some way at some time, and you can't come home and keep a list of everybody you know and all the things that they've done to offend you and count the times that they're forgiving you. Of course, this specifically said a brother, so I don't know if I'm assuming he's talking about a brother in like society, not necessarily your physical biological brother. But so commit to forgiving. I think if you still go back, in fact, I might even say commit every day to comparing the passage in Galatians, how to walk in the spirit and how to walk in the flesh. I think if you focus on that, moving from walking in the flesh to walking in the spirit, you're not going to have time to worry about what other people are doing. Look, we all have to stand in front of Christ one day and give an account for our own actions. Everybody that's done you wrong is going to have to, and everybody that you've done wrong, you're going to have to give an account for. So fix yourself. All right. I'll see you next week. God bless you.